took away, but it made them lose their chance in the Champions League. Now, do you have any thought on that? Did you see that game? Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I did see that incident, and
Right. Okay.
it's because it was disallowed because, as they said, both of his legs, his feet touched the ball.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think, as I remember, I don't think it was easy. It wasn't easily discernible to see that that actually did happen. And I think that's where the controversy was, that they said, and VAR said, yeah, his feet definitely touched the ball. Now, maybe, I can't really remember, but maybe they did prove that that was the case. But I remember it was very difficult to actually see that when he slipped, that somehow his left foot, left heel, whatever, did touch the ball. Now, so I don't know, but one can only assume that the VAR, and let's face it, there's cameras. The cameras are very clever all round a football pitch anyway. You get
Yeah.
views of incidents from all sorts of angles. It's quite incredible. So I imagine that VAR were satisfied that it was, as they said, the fact that he slipped. Some strange things happen when footballers slip on
Yeah.
taking a penalty. I mean, we've seen it with a few players over the years, and to me, one of the most unlikely in a penalty. I don't know whether it's a penalty shootout or not. I can't remember. But even David Beckham had a disastrous slip once when he was taking a penalty and ballooned the ball to the back of row Z, and so
Yeah.
it can happen to even the best of players. But yeah, on this particular incident, I don't. I think it was generally accepted that what VAR and the ref said did happen.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult sometimes to really confirm that 100%. So, and you could argue if there was any doubt about it at all, that the goal should have been given. But
Yeah.
clearly there was a view that it was a foul attempt at a penalty.
Yeah. Well, unlucky him. Now, the reason why I brought it out was because I think he plays for Argentina. I think Argentina is his national team. But anyway, and you brought up Brazil. You brought up
Yeah.
Brazilian style of football. Now, I, I quite agreed with you with, your analysis of, the old Brazil and their style of play. I loved it. I used to love watching Brazilian football. Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
yesterday, was it yesterday or anyway, this week, I think this week, they lost to Argentina by 4 goals to 1. And I'm just looking at the lineup. Now, I think one of them, I think the goalkeeper is Allison of Liverpool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool's
Liverpool. Yeah.
Allison.
Yeah.
Liverpool's Allison. So you've got Allison there, good goalkeeper. I don't know how great he is, but then you've got Casemiro, which I don't
Yeah.
particularly rate. I don't particularly rate him anyway. But then there are but then there are players like Hendrick of Real Madrid. There's Rodrigo of Real Madrid. There's controversial Vinicius Junior of Real Madrid. There's Neymar. Neymar is almost in the same category with Casemiro anyway. But then there's Rafinha of Barcelona. Now you've got these stars there, and Argentina was missing Lionel Messi, so Messi didn't play, and
Mm.
they still won Brazil by 4 goals to 1. What do you think Brazil is missing? Because they've got the stars. They've got the stars. What are
Yeah.
they? What are we missing? They've got the stars. What are
Yeah.
they? What are we missing from Brazil? What's happened to Brazil?
Well, I mean, yeah. What's happened to Brazil? That's a good question, because in a way, what we're trying to do is to link the brilliant Brazilian teams of the past.
Yeah.
You could argue the best, most accomplished football teams there's ever been
Yeah.
in the World Cups. They were just phenomenal. You just knew when Brazil were playing, and they attracted huge crowds and huge plaudits for what they did and the way they played. You just knew you were going to be in for some thrilling football, not least with free kicks. I mean, they were the world's masters at bending free kicks around the wall, the wall of the defenders.
Yeah.
But not just that. I mean, as I say, we think back to Pele and some of his majestic magic that he could demonstrate, his awareness, but other players as well. Their names became sort of household names in countries around the world. Football fans, they would know these wonderful footballers. Now it seems that, I mean, not least if you think the Premier League, I don't know, probably has a majority of overseas players rather than homegrown players. I don't know what the percentages are.
Right.
But we do, like as you say, the goalkeeper Alisson at Liverpool, we do have quite a lot of Brazilian footballers in our Premier League. And in a way, when they therefore play as Brazil, seeing some of these players we might see every week in our team, say 4 or 5 of them, whatever, it sort of takes away some of that old majesty, that old Brazilian magic, because these players are now very much into playing, you could argue, the British, the English Premier League way. So we see the style of football, as I said before, the styles of football around the world have all become quite similar in my view. So in a way, you don't really expect when Brazil plays or when anyone else plays to see something radically different from what we see every week. Now, whether that means that the standard of football internationally and domestically has all gradually got better and better, I suspect that is part of it, so that there's not such a yawning gap from the likes of Brazil and the Netherlands and Spain. I mean, they were brilliant, France, etc. These have all had great periods of great footballers and great teams, but it's like it's all melded into one now. We all play a very similar game, and therefore we don't almost expect to see any other team playing fantastically, brilliant football. Now, I don't know whether I've made myself clear.